It's like work is first, and my family is a close second. I'm a distant third, bringing up the rear.
By a miracle of modern science,
I just need a little time for myself.
Doug Kinney is about to get the one thing he needs more of.
Doug, your clone.
Okay, this will be a video about Erika Kirk and the incredibly strange, very intriguing mystery surrounding her. And when you hear Erika Kirk, you probably think of the Erika Kirk on the left there, who's everywhere. She was the wife of Charlie Kirk, who was recently assassinated. She's been all over the news for the past couple months, but we're going to be focused this video on this Erika Kirk, who is a completely different person. This Erika Kirk was First Lady of Florida in the 1960s and 70s, and she was married to the Florida governor, whose name was Claude Kirk. And this Claude Kirk was basically just a total animal, just this really larger-than-life type guy who was governor of Florida from 1967 to 1971, and was even mentioned as a vice presidential and even a presidential candidate. And this is just insanely weird. There's no other way to put it, because as you can tell, they have the same name. They both look identical.
So, what do I feed it?
Now,
Between the two of us, we're gonna get a lot of stuff done.
there are two Dougs to go around.
I'll get the dishes, now drive the kids to school.
Thanks.
Two Dougs to share the load.
When'd you have time to do all this?
I suggest we all do them every morning.
Find out what he had for breakfast.
There's definitely something very strange going on here. I'll kind of get into what I think is going on a little later in the video, but first wanted to tell the story of the 1960s and 70s Erika Kirk, because it's a real interesting story, and she was regarded as this real woman of mystery. So when Claude Kirk was elected governor of Florida in 1966, he was single. He was actually called the most eligible bachelor in Florida at the time. And when he had his inauguration ball in January of 1967, after he took office, he shocked all of Florida when he showed up to the ball with a woman. And this girl was just a total mystery. No one knew who she was. No one had ever seen her with Claude Kirk before. And when he introduced her to people, he just referred to her as Madam X.
Sometimes I despair. Sometimes I have hope. Sometimes I don't know. Sometimes I feel push.
But it's still not enough Dougs
I hate to ask you, honey, but could you pick up the kids?
to get the job done.
2. Like to meet 3. Hi, how are you? Are you nuts? I've been working since I was 12 years old. It's break time. It is. And Doug, I think it's that 12-year-old that's saying, Doug, how about a visit? You need time for Doug. What a suck.
No, with 3 people
Meeting started yet?
Well, you're already in the meeting.
sharing the life of one man,
Did you see me in the meeting?
differences are developing.
What are you doing? I'm having a smoke. What's it look like?
Have you ever been to the land where you can find yourself? Have you ever been to a place where you can rest yourself?
And there was just all these massive stories about who was this mysterious girl who was with Claude Kirk? Who was this Madam X? Everybody wanted to know who she was and where she came from, and the details of her life slowly started coming out, and the details are really interesting. So it turned out her name was Erika Mattfeld, and she was born in Germany in 1934, and then she moved to Brazil. And before Claude Kirk, she was married to an actor named Carlos Dolabella. And she worked as some sort of model or actress, although she doesn't really have any credits to her name. There's kind of like a mystery about how she ended up in Brazil and what she was doing there. I'll talk a bit about that later in the video. But anyway, she divorced this actor and remained in Rio de Janeiro, and that was where she met Claude Kirk. And that was pretty much all that was revealed about her. She remained this real enigma, just kind of the talk of the state for a while. And then Claude Kirk announced that they were going to get married. If you can see the date on the newspaper there, it says January 8th, 1967, which is only about 3 days after he took office. So basically he showed up to the inauguration ball with this mysterious woman, caused a big stir and a big commotion, and then announced he was marrying her. And the wedding happened a short while later. It was a really massive deal. President Nixon attended, and Erika Kirk was basically just this sensation in Florida while Claude Kirk was governor. She was constantly talked about in the press. She really just kind of turned into a big celebrity, and she always kept sort of a low profile. And so there was a lot of mystery surrounding her and their relationship. There was all these articles about how she'd gone from working as a waitress in Germany to becoming the first lady of Florida. This article here kind of sums up what a lot of these articles that talked about her were like. It says, Erika Kirk radiates. Her emerald green eyes actually glow. When she smiles, which is almost always, they shimmer. And Claude Kirk himself was just a real celebrity too. He's described as just this larger-than-life type guy. He was totally flamboyant, very controversial, very, very outspoken. Here he is holding up a skinned chicken at a press conference, and he was always doing like really outlandish publicity stunt things like this. There was this huge feature on him in the New York Times after he was elected, and it described him as, quote, it says, as a person, Claude Kirk is a dizzying experience. As a governor, he is certainly the most bizarre happening in Florida's political history. Then it also describes him. It says he played governor the way Errol Flynn used to play Captain Blood. Charming, daring, somewhat arrogant, seldom going by the rules.
Personalities are emerging.
I fold once, and then tuck, fold, TTF. And no air goes in there because what? Air's our enemy, isn't it?
And their problems are beginning to multiply.
Doug, I'd like you to read 4. Where did he come from? We made a copy from 2. And you know how sometimes you make a copy of a copy, it's not quite as sharp as, well, the original.
This summer, it's every Doug for himself.
Jeez Louise, how many of you are there?
This article that recapped his first year on the job described how he scuba dived to the bottom of the ocean and planted the Florida flag there. And then he also participated with police in a raid on a motorcycle gang's hangout. And even at one point, he put on a football uniform complete with pads for the University of Florida, and he sat on the bench with the team one Saturday when they were playing a game against Vanderbilt. So he was always doing just all these really outlandish things to garner all this publicity. He was described as just a totally brash, really flamboyant guy, and his story is actually kind of suspicious. He was this really, really rich guy. He was actually a lawyer, and then he made a bunch of money as a president of an insurance company. And then he abruptly quit, and he established some sort of investment firm that had offices in Jacksonville, Brazil, and Ireland. And he spent a lot of time in South America. But the details of what exactly this business was and what he was doing in South America all the time are kind of murky. He was actually questioned a lot about this during the election, and he never really gave much of a straight answer about what his whole South American investment firm was. Obviously, there are a lot of drugs imported from South America through Florida, so you do wonder if something like that was going on.
Is he safe with that razor? We take the blade out. It's cute, I think.
From the director of Groundhog Day, Michael Keaton,
Nobody has sex with my wife but me.
Andy McDowell,
Doug.
When that woman wants something, Doug, there is no stopping her.
Multiplicity,
Hey, Rain Man, run back in there and floss yourself, buddy, all right?
But he eventually ran for governor of Florida in 1966, and he won, and he became the first Republican governor of Florida in 100 years. And he was long rumored to be a candidate for U.S. vice president or even president of the United States. He was really thought of that highly. And anyway, Claude and Erika Kirk had a couple kids while they were in office, and she was just constantly talked about while Claude Kirk was governor. There are so many articles and features out there that were written about her.
I've been having the strangest dreams.
Rachel, dreams are not reliable analytical material. That's so 20th century.
Rachel. We're delighted to let you know that we've had movement on our wait list.
We got a spot at the Womb Center.
Oh, yeah.
But I haven't told Elvie yet.
Why, Rachel?
He wants a natural child.
But hold on, you put us on a wait list to have a baby and an egg.
No, it's not an egg.
It's an egg.
Women are reluctant to have children because it's not made convenient. We want them to pursue their careers and dreams.
We can't live in the past.
I want to have a child with you.
Let's do it, Rachel.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm sure you're all very excited.
Parents are raving about it.
It is the ultra solution.
My nephew was born at the Womb Center, but he doesn't dream.
I wouldn't worry about it.
And then in 1970, Claude Kirk ended up losing his bid for re-election, partially because his 4 years as governor of Florida was just seen as like so chaotic and so lively. He ended up switching to the Democratic Party after this. He ran for governor again in the late 1970s, and he was always mentioned as a potential, presidential candidate or vice presidential candidate. And he actually tried to run for president in 1984, but was unsuccessful. And that was pretty much that. So there are just so many weird things going on here. And obviously the whole thing with both of these two women being named Erika Kirk and both looking identical to each other, both being in the limelight. I mean, it is really strange, very, very odd. And Charlie Kirk honestly looks like a younger version of Claude Kirk. They definitely had the same, like, very distinct nose.
Because when they came the source of them, they want to enter the club. They could not find the main entrance, which is located up there. Then they did open all the way up. Then they always has to be. His name is Carr, and his name is written hieroglyphic as Carr. And actually,
that looks like me. Look at those ears.
And he was the overseer of the pyramid city of Cheops and Kefren and Menkaure.
Actually, that looks like me. Look at those ears.
Is this just a younger version of Taylor Swift or something much stranger? Despite the uncanny resemblance, this isn't Taylor Swift. Her name is Becky. But there's a wild theory that Taylor Swift is actually the queen of a clone program, with DNA allegedly sampled from a woman named Zena Shrek. Zena Shrek was a pop star and the high priestess of the Church of Satan until 1990. And Taylor Swift? She was born in 1989. Coincidence or something more? Both Taylor and Zena are linked to serpent symbolism and have had successful careers crossing from one genre to another. Some believe Taylor was created to continue where Zena left off. So, is this just a younger version of Taylor Swift or something much stranger?
Same facial features. Claude Kirk is much heavier, probably at least about 100 pounds heavier, and he's about 15 years older than Charlie Kirk as well. So the Erika Kirk one is just identical. They're the same age and everything. They match up perfectly there, but all the pictures of Claude Kirk are when he's in his 40s and 50s. He definitely looks a lot like Charlie Kirk, like an older version of Charlie Kirk as well.
When I saw him, it was like I was seeing a ghost. Like every trigger I've ever pulled. How'd he start you? Hunting, birds, rabbit? I'm guessing 19. 20 years old, the first time he ordered you to shoot a person. 25 years ago, he took my blood. He made you from me. He's been lying to you the whole time. He told you you were an orphan. And of all the people in the world to come after me, why would he send you? I'm the best. You are obviously not the best. You're just trying to rattle me. I'm trying to save you! You made a choice to do this to me. The whole point of this thing was to give you all of Henry's gifts without his pain. I don't want to shoot you!
Mind if I shoot you?
Henry, has this ever happened to you before? Your own government trying to kill you?
No, that's new.
And then it was such a hit. It was way bigger than I even anticipated. And now, I think we're gonna make part 2. I think you have to. I think you have to. They kill you if you try to walk away. And they clone you.
Everything that we've worked for is at stake.
I am just an icon living.
He has to die. He's your darkness. You had to walk through this on your own. I love you, Junior.
I am just an icon living.
Look what we created. You were the inspiration for all of this. Why not just make a whole army full of them? Why not? You should be flattered. You should be dead.
I am just an icon living.
This has to be stopped.
Because what if somebody actually knew what we really are?
And the fact that this 1960s Erika Kirk was a German who relocated to Brazil is very, very interesting, because there were just a whole bunch of Nazis who relocated to South America after World War II. Just officially, there were tons of them. And there are also rumors that there were just thousands upon thousands more who were living underground or living off the grid. And they even set up a camp there. It was called Colonia Dignidad, and it was allegedly just a whole bunch of experiments, a lot of works with genetics going on there. It was described as a state within a state, just full of German nationals. And I've mentioned this movie Boys from Brazil a number of times in videos I've made. The plot of the movie is that the bunch of Nazis who went underground in South America are creating a bunch of human clones using Adolf Hitler's DNA in the hopes that one of these clones will grow up to one day lead a resurgence of the Third Reich.
At the Additive Foundation, we have pioneered the process of 4D printing precise replicas of vital organs for transplant.
A few weeks ago.
First, there's 2 Trumps.
Okay.
The one in the red tie is the real one. The one in the blue tie is not. The one you saw last night after the victory was the blue tie.
Who is that guy? I know him. Is he the community announcer?
He's the president of America.
He has a clone.
He's an absolute idiot.
Yeah, I never liked him either. Do a lot of people see this?
The news, a lot.
Then if we can get on there together, people will see us and they'll know the truth.
Oh.
Sometimes I think Donald Trump is really a set of twins. I do. There's Donald Trump and Ronald Trump. And they're masquerading as the same person, but sometimes they just can't get their story straight.
We wanted to take technology that's actually just on the cusp now and kind of actually in the world, and then imagine slightly forward-thinking versions of that. We were really focused on this idea mostly of bioprinting and that technology in particular. Where are we, Rhea?
We are in Kira's laboratory. Welcome to Kira's laboratory.
Yeah. This is Yannick, our assistant processmaster.
This is a bioprinter. It's what we make humans out of.
We spent a lot of time talking to a guy who runs a lab who does actually print a lot of these actual organs and tissue in medium, like in a gel that is pink, which is a motif we use a lot.
Gentlemen, Oreo has rejected my bid to buy the DSRL, so we lick race for it right here with double stuffed gold.
Mr. Trump, my brother and I are the defending champions. And let's be honest, you don't even have a partner.
Oh, I've got a partner.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Me? No way. It's
double Trump. And we're gonna be huge.
Let's get this party started.
I've set up this simulation so that we, the Donalds, can practice against the Mannings before the big race.
Great idea.
Terrific. You just lost to a piece of cardboard.
And the medium's solid enough that it holds the...
They're layering sort of bioinks. They can print like bladders and like floppy organs. That's like actually really possible now. But the things that are harder are things that have to like hold their own shape.
Like a heart.
Like a heart, yeah. It's forward thinking to think you could print an entire person, but it was fun to kind of feel like we're just evolving already existing technology.
You built her. You sure all the pieces are in the right place?
Together we are one.
We are one.
We are one.
Boys, welcome to the Trump Dome.
This is just your office.
Cool it, Johnny. Touchdown.
Ready! Gentlemen, you're about to lose to the smartest,
Most classy,
highest quality,
handsomest DSRL champions ever. In fact, soon the Trump organization will acquire the Manning name and turn it into a luxury hotel.
Done.
Winner! Taste it, Trump.
How's that feel, Donnie?
You're fired. You're fired. Nice suit. You're a dashing man.
I know it. Where are my golden double stuffed cookies?
Right where they belong.
That's terrific.
It is.
I really like it.
I did too. Check it out, it's the new DSRL theme song. It's the League of the Future now. It's got two Trumps. Trump, 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 Trump. Golden double stuffed Oreo. Trump.
I love it.
Welcome back. A fact is a fact is a fact. But President Trump's recent comments to friends, as reported by the New York Times, have made us wonder, does he know about an alternative universe, his own bizarro world where the sun is the moon and a lie is the truth? That's the subject of this week's State of the Cartoon. As comic book aficionados know, Superman has his arch enemy, Bizarro, who lives in a topsy-turvy world where stop means go and yes means no. And increasingly, it sounds as though there's a Bizarro Trump who also lives in a world of opposites.
This reality, this wonderful place.
In the real world, in reality, we all heard President Trump say this about that hideous Access Hollywood tape.
I've said and done things I regret, and the words released today on this more than a decade-old video are one of them.
But for Bizarro Trump, well, the New York Times reports that he's still insisting the tape might not be his voice.
Totally fake and made up. It's like a novel.
Here on planet Earth, President Trump finally admitted this.
President Barack Obama was born in the United States, period.
But in Bizarro World, we're told, the president is still questioning the authenticity of President Obama's birth certificate.
In other breaking news, the world is round, not flat.
You can see this phenomenon almost everywhere, whether it's how often the president golfs or how well he's doing in the polls.
I'm getting tremendous support. Even in your polls, I'm getting tremendous support.
In fact, what we're all watching these days, it makes a lot more sense if, as a kid, you read a lot of Superman comic books.
This is reality. You know it, they know it, I know it, and pretty much the whole world knows it.
I can't live like this anymore. Maybe it's time to take a good hard look in the mirror. Ooh. Hey, not bad. Oh, wait, that came with the room. Oh, hello, handsome. Mwah. No, Donald, cut it out. No time for that. You gotta be honest. For once in your life, get one thing off your chest where you were at fault. I'm not 100% consistent. Whoa! A little weight just came off me. More. You cheat at golf? You cheat on your taxes? Oh, you cheat on your wives. Come on, go for it. Here goes. You've been acting like a narcissistic sociopath, and 64% to 67% of the people hate you! Yes!
Human cloning was talked about all the time 50 years ago. All these articles are from the 1970s talking about how being able to clone humans was pretty much imminent. And the process is really not all that difficult. I talked about it in the video. And to be clear, this isn't like creating an adult replica or clone of someone. This is creating an embryo using only the cells from one person that is a replica of that person. And one thing that's always talked about in these articles about human cloning, which again are from like 50 years ago, but one thing that's always talked about is how this technology would enable people to create clones of important people from history, world leaders, famous politicians, people like that, like special people like that. And Claude Kirk, he definitely qualifies as just kind of like a legendary figure. No one ever talks about him anymore. No one probably has any idea who he even was. But if you read about him, he sounds like such an amazing guy, just really larger than life, really unique person.
Wow, I look fantastic.
No, we look fantastic, and I mean really fantastic.
All right, we've got a big interview with Jimmy Fallon coming up. Well, let's be honest, Fallon's a lightweight. No way he deserves to interview me. The only one qualified to interview me is me.
Me interviewing me, that's what I call a great idea.
Of course it's a great idea. We thought of it.
Secretary Clinton is preparing for anything and everything. In fact, it is being reported that she is actually prepping for 2 Trumps at the debate. An on-message, disciplined Donald Trump and a freewheeling Donald Trump.
And Donald Trump says he is 2 Donald Trumps. And Dr. Ben Carson agreeing and then disagreeing over whether or not we're getting the real Donald Trump.
There are 2 different Donald Trumps. There's the one you see on the stage, and there's the one who's very cerebral, sits there and considers things very carefully. You can have a very good conversation with him. And that's the Donald Trump that you're going to start seeing more and more of right now.
And he was, quite literally, he was mentioned as possibly becoming president one day. He was thought of that highly. And the whole similarities with him being a very brash, outspoken, controversial Republican guy, and Charlie Kirk being a very brash, outspoken, controversial Republican guy are very interesting.
I can't do it with the pot in here.
What are you talking about? It can't see us. I feel Alvy is able to bond with our child, but I'm not. Maybe I'm just not ready to be a mother.
No one's a mother just like that. You become one.
Lately I've been holding on to something.
We are considering having a home birth.
I'm sorry, it's not possible.
I won't raise this child without nature. Congratulations. It's so exciting, isn't it?
I noticed a change in productivity. You do have a baby at the womb center, right?
Why?
What's going on?
Things are evolving.
Your family dynamics are about to undergo tremendous changes.
And the whole Erika Kirk thing is just so strange. This 1960s Erika Kirk, the fact that she went from Germany to South America to the First Lady of Florida and just has this like real mysterious background.
I probably do agree. I think there are 2 Donald Trumps.
I met with the president of the Virgin Islands.
Consulting with consistently so that you're ready on day 1?
I'm speaking with myself, number 1.
It's been a tale of 2 presidents. The Trump of Twitter, who lives in a dark, deeply personal pool of feuds, and the president who exists in a universe of solid, tangible economic success. Daniel Henniger with the Wall Street Journal editorial board joins us now. He is also a Fox News contributor. Interesting piece. For those who haven't seen it, they can find it in the Wall Street Journal.
Indeed.
A tale of two presidents.
Yes, well, of course, it's Donald Trump, John, and needless to say, he wasn't going to settle for just one presidency. He has given us two in 1 year.
Yeah.
And then the modern Erika Kirk, she's honestly pretty similar to that, too. There's a lot of rumors and questions about her background and what she was up to before she met Charlie Kirk. So this whole thing is just really, really strange.
Hey, Doug, I'd like you to read 4. Where did he come from? We made a copy from 2. And you know how sometimes you make a copy of a copy, it's not quite as sharp as, well, the original.
We got an issue in America. Too many good docs are getting out of business. Too many OBGYNs aren't able to practice their love with women all across this country.
And in his brief remarks, the president drew a roar from the crowd after putting his foot in his mouth.
You helped our nation celebrate its bicentennial in 1976.
The president's humor came to the rescue.
She gave me a look that only a mother could give a child.
War does not come with a guarantee. We are part of something larger. No soldier gets the promise of safety, survival, or victory. We are not independent of one another. We are one and the same. We were bred to follow orders. And if we must lay down our lives for victory.
Sir! Yes, sir!
That's the price of war, Fives. You believe that? Isn't that what somebody programmed you to believe, Captain? Soldiers follow orders. Good soldiers follow orders. It's simply what I believe. It is about honor. Don't fool yourself. Where is the honor in marching blindly to our deaths? We're just clowns, sir.
Chinese junk locked up again, huh?
Yep.
What a surprise. Go hot.
You better fix that thing.
Yeah. Man, you'd think with all the money this place is raking in, they could afford some decent equipment.
Yeah. Ready? Cut the O2.
Oh, so seriously, guys, unless you want to see me blow chunks, can you wait till I'm gone?
Sever the umbilical.
Cutting.
Come on, breathe. Come on. Come on, breathe. There we go. Now we're working. It's healthy. Welcome to the world.
So, how's 3, Hilo?
Good.
Feisty. Light. Vitals seem fine. Smooth extraction?
Yep.
Looks like we have a fine product. Tag him and ship him to Foundation.
upon all nations to do everything they can to stop these terrorist killers. Thank you. Now watch this drive. Our enemies are innovative and resourceful, and so are we. They never stop thinking about new ways to harm our country and our people, and neither do we. I think they misestimated the will and determination of the Commander-in-Chief, too. A year ago, my approval rating was in the 30s. My nominee for the Supreme Court had just withdrawn, and my Vice President had shot someone.
I know who I am. I know you do. Talia, how many times have you been cloned?
I've lost count.
There's one way to tell. Show him. It's the only way to keep track of what generation a clone is. See? 4 dots mean she's been cloned 4 times. Come on. Let's take a look at yours. Come take a look in the mirror. Let's find out if you are who you think you are. Just under your left eye.
Kind of takes the fun out of being alive, doesn't it?
I suppose you think science is inherently evil.
No, I don't think science is inherently evil, but I think you are.
I'm just taking over where God left off.
A good day to die.
But I suppose it's because you had kind of a good day, and if you would have died, well, so be it. Is that it?
That's right. That's a good question. Have a sandwich, and let's go shopping.
Yeah.
Die Hard.
That would have been your chosen title.
Well, it makes about as much sense. A good, or maybe there is a good day to die hard.
Yeah. I'll tell you what.
You've had a rough year. You've had a year that would test a lot of people. Illness in the family. A breakup. This spasm of publicity about what happened from Mexico to London.
It was pretty rough, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Ah, weird. Hello. Oh my goodness. Hello. Ew. Strong Brittany. Yeah, it was a weird time. Ew. I'm embarrassed. Can we stop?
If you go to Disney World, for instance, down there in the Haunted Mansion, you see the hologram, right? Oh, you know how to make a hologram. Well, our scientists have learned how to make people. They call them synthetics. Are you familiar with those?
Well, actually, we just interviewed John Lear, and he was talking about being in an audience in which they were given a lecture by a guy that they thought was real and found out later he was a hologram.
Well, it's a synthetic. A synthetics, when you touch their skin, it feels like plastic almost.
And then it was such a hit. It was way bigger than I even anticipated. And now, I think we're gonna make part 2. I think you have to. I think you have to. They kill you if you try to walk away, and they clone you.
That's the latest technique. The old techniques. If you guys can rent a video, the boys from Brazil, rent it, because in it gives you the exact way how our government's been making people.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
and the Soviets have a different method called.
I mean, making people meaning temporary people?
No, walking, talking ones.
Meaning through genetics? You're not talking about that?
Well, let me tell you. The movie shows it, but I'll share it with you right now.
All right.
All I need to do is take 2 cells off of your body, yours. We give them a small electrical charge. I'm just they'll act like a fertilized egg. If I got a fertilized egg, all I need is a receiver in order to make it. So they were hypnotizing women, said they were being invaded by aliens. And the fetus starts growing, right? Needs food. Well, they can use cows and sheep, too.
How would you like to have a baby brother?
No thanks. I'm enough.
Life was good. Life was perfect. But as I drifted off to sleep, something my parents said got me thinking. Where do babies come from?
I'm in heaven, and my heart beats so that I can hardly speak, and I seem to find the happiness I see when we're out together dancing cheek to cheek. I'm in heaven, and the cares that hung around me through the week seem to vanish like a gambler's lucky streak when we're out together dancing cheek to cheek. Oh, I love to climb a mountain and to reach the highest peak, but it doesn't thrill me half as much as dancing cheek to cheek. Oh, I love to go out fishing in a river or a creek, but I don't enjoy it half as much as dancing cheek to cheek.
Again, a food source, that's all we need. After about 14 weeks, all of a sudden that fetus is gone because they've learned to take, that's when the fetus starts developing its own blood supply. Then they've used a pituitary hormone extract that they have, which accelerates the being that grows. And the original technology was given to our government by the Greys. Now, the reason was that our scientists were all excited because we could have spare parts. If you need a heart or a liver or anything, you won't have any rejection. It's your own DNA, right?
Okay, because theoretically, if we have overpopulation, we don't need more people, right?
But the so-called elite are selecting on who they want to have around anyway, so if we want to keep people going as long as we can. I talked to the doctor that was working on regeneration of Castro, for instance.
Right.
On the DNA sequencing. And they're just learning about this.
Well, my understanding is that a lot of presidents have already been replaced.
That's right.
Yeah,
I don't think
they're walking around. They look old, but they basically some of the people are just
I'll just give you something I'll give you something to ponder. Get some old videos of George Bush, when he first came into office. Look at the person and listen to him speak. Look at his actions and listen to everything that's there. Now, it's a lot easier to put somebody out in front to act as even Bush did. He had somebody else that was up there acting like he is and look like it. Even Hitler had he had his stand. In fact, his stand-in was the one that they found in the ground over in Germany. I mean, Hitler and Eva and the dog and 14 other people got aboard a plane and flew down to Barcelona, Spain. You were aware of that. And then ended up in Antarctica or in Swabenland and then died a few years ago in Brazil.
That's what we heard.
I have all the documents from our own government.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a contact. One of our
Stalin
contacts.
Stalin asked for they tried to burn the body, and he got the body back, and he said, wait a minute, different ears, and the testicles were different and everything else, so they knew it wasn't Hitler.
But is it a clone or not?
Oh, now going about cloning. Cloning techniques, since 1938, they've been making clone people. There's 8 countries making clones. I have a doctor
Okay,
friend
but
that
I
all he
wanna know
does
where
is
you-
treat the clones.
Where do you get your information?
I get it from some of the people that are willing to come forth, and they talk to me because they hope I'll put the information out, because they always got two people following them and they may be killed. If I start talking about cloning too much, the people that get involved into that disappear on it. So I don't go into too many more details, but there is information that's available, and it more and more of that's coming online. I just told you, go rent the movie.
Okay, Boys from Brazil.
Yeah, and you'll see the whole technique on what they show it to you in different places, so you can imagine what it's going on.
Somewhere in sands of the desert, the shape with lion body and the head of the man is moving its slow thighs. The darkness drops again. But now I know that 20 centuries of stony sleep were vexed to nightmare by a rocking cradle. And what rough beast, its hour come round at last, slouches towards Bethlehem to be born.
Oh, Meling, that was just beautiful. Thank you so much, Terry Toast. Your help. Thank you. Well, Mr. Douglas, very good of you to join us. Oh, please tell me, is the devil still pursuing you?
Well, perhaps you could explain to me what you mean by the devil. You seem to be on terms with him.
Well, permit me, Mr. Douglas, to tell you something of the devil as I've come to know him. The devil is that element in human nature that impels us to destroy and debase.
And what are you about upon this island but destruction and debasement?
Oh, well, I can tell you very plainly. No, please don't do that. For 17 years, I have been striving to create some measure of refinement in the human species, you see. And it is here, on this very island, that I, sir, have found the very essence of the devil.
What do you mean?
I have seen the devil in my microscope, and I have chained him. And I suppose you could say, in a sense, metaphorically speaking, I've cut him to pieces. The devil, Mr. Douglas, I found, is nothing more than a tiresome collection of genes. And it is with great assurance that I can tell you that Lucifer, son of the morning, is no more.
Wow. I don't see how any of this specious nonsense justifies these monstrous disfigurements.
Well, very simply, they represent a stage in the process of the eradication of destructive elements found in the human psyche. And I've almost achieved perfection, you see, of a divine creature that is pure, harmonious, absolutely incapable of malice. And if in my tinkering I have fallen short of the human form by the odd snout, claw, or hoof, it really is of no great import. I am closer than you could possibly imagine, sir.
Okay, so...
No, let's go to the next step, because this is the most important part.
All right.
If your physical reality that you have, based on this physical life that you have, this dream, is made up of the experiences that is impregnated on your body and in your mind, consciously, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your soul memory is another thing. It goes back whatever time that you elected to be in this incarnation for whatever reason. Now let's show you the division on these things. Since the body's very physical, and we just got you making a physical being in a few months for spare parts. They said, now we've got the perfect deal. How can we have that work better? Well, if you go to the hospital today and get an encephalogram, what's that? That's the memory of your conscious mind. It's on the CD. Let's download it on this being. Now we got a walking, talking duplicate that has the total memory that you have, because we just took it off of your own mind.
Okay, it's like Blade Runner, the android.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. The only thing is that it's like this DVD recorder. Sometimes you have glitches in it. So you have to have them tuned up occasionally or redone. And so we take them to Camp David, or there's a wing at Bethesda Hospital to just tell you. If you go down there and check, you'll find the nurses, if they're willing to come forth, they'll tell you they work on those people, and they call them the others. I thought it was interesting. They're people. Remember, these people can think and act, but they don't have soul. That's also prophesized.
Right,
Soulless
that's
beings.
true. That's true.
Now we have another agenda that's going on, so you have to be careful of all this. There are many extraterrestrials that would like to be in on the game right now, so they can sometimes will come into these physical beings that we make to manipulate them.
I see.
So now you have a combination effort that you have to look at, and discernment. You have to discern what the game is. Well, just figure that most of the leaders we have in the world have been bought and paid for or created to think a certain way.
There's no alien DNA.
Without alien DNA, you don't stand a chance against the Spartan virus. The alien DNA must code for something that targets the Cas9 protein. There it is. There it is. That's alien DNA we're looking at.
Okay, all right, but I want to get to the demons because people are very concerned about that comment.
Give me a chance here, Inside Edition. I love your eyes.
Okay, again, getting back to the comment. You said that you don't like to fly commercial because you don't want to get into a tube with a bunch of demons. Do you really believe that human beings are demons?
No, I do not. And don't you ever say I did. We wrestle not with flesh and blood, but principalities and powers.
Genetics. What can it mean? The ability to perfect the physical and mental characteristics of every unborn child.
Of genetic engineering to choose the gene. In the 17th society.
In the not-too-distant future, our DNA will determine everything about us. A minute drop of blood
saliva or a single hair determines where you can work, who you should marry, what you're capable of achieving. In a society where success is determined by science, divided by the standards of perfection, one man's only chance.
How do you expect to pull this off? I don't know exactly.
Is to hide his own identity.
This is the last day that you're going to be you and I'm going to be me.
By borrowing someone else's.
Congratulations. What about the interview? That was it.
There are two different Donald Trumps. There's the one you see on the stage, and there's the one who's very cerebral, sits there and considers things very carefully.
The latter is the one Carson says voters will start to see more of. We likely got a glimpse of that other Trump last night during a much calmer, much nicer, or as Trump put it, elegant debate.
Father, you said in your word,
Yes, Lord.
any man that lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, who giveth liberally to all men glory and upbraideth not. But let him ask in faith, nothing wavering. For any man that wavers is like the blowing wind on the water. Let not that man think he shall receive anything from the Lord. No man can be successful as President of the United States without your wisdom. And so we ask you today to give this man your wisdom, boldly make sure and certain that he hears.
Gentlemen, Oreo has rejected my bid to buy the DSRL, so we lick race for it right here with double stuffed gold.
Mr. Trump, my brother and I are the defending champions. Let's be honest, you don't even have a partner.
Oh, I've got a partner.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Me! No way. It's double Trump.
And we're gonna be huge.
Let's get this party started.
This is Amanda Bynes we're talking about, formerly of Nickelodeon. Here she is wearing a ratty wig, appearing in court on charges of smoking weed and then throwing her bong out of a 36th floor apartment when police arrived. Bynes insists she is fine, but recent events suggest otherwise. ABC's Gio Benitez is on the story. Gio, sad stuff.
It really is, Dan. This morning, Amanda Bynes denies it all, saying she never tossed anything out through the window. It's a bizarre new case for her growing list of problems, and wait till you see how she showed up in that court.
Keno is a great way to have fun every 4 minutes. Keno Multiplier gives you even more fun by multiplying your winnings 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, up to 10 times. Multiply your fun. Play Kentucky Lottery's Keno today.
Roman is a crazy boy who lives in me. And he says the things that I don't want to say. He was born, just a few months ago. I think he was born out of rage. He was conceived in rage. So he bashes everyone. He threatens to beat people, and he's violent.
That must be nice to have like an ignorant loudmouth who you can just sort of blame every...
He wants to be blamed. I don't want to blame him. I ask him to leave, but he can't. He's here for a reason. People have brought him out. People conjured him up. Now he won't leave.
And you please bless us with a verse.
Enter Roman. Waiting.
I'm perfectly in sync with you, and I know that you can feel it too, feel it too, feel it too.
Dun, 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 dun.
What up?
What up, Roman?
What up? What up?
What is the situation with Roman's revenge? Why, your man Weezy's on point too, he's mad out there.
Yo, Roman's revenge is just about taking control. Saying Roman is here to stay. And anybody that ever doubted Roman is going down in a coffin.
Great boxed up, kids.
Roman's revenge is just about taking control. Saying Roman is here to stay. And anybody that ever doubted Roman is going down in a coffin.
Great boxed up, kids.
The look is Oscar de la Renta, so I'm very excited. And you know, it's all about, you know, being the bad guy.
I was made to love, made to love you, made to love, made to love, made to love, made to love you, made
This is just so far off the scale where this world is heading. The amount of time, effort, money that is being expended by Satan and his minions to implement his agenda.
A future that Ernest Cline, the writer of the book, envisioned. I was very careful with Ernie collaborating with me every step of the way to be able to find the movie narrative inside this dense forest of Ernie's profound imagination.
The Oasis being the ultimate toy box with all the toys in the world, and then playing that with one of the greatest filmmakers of all time. It results in just amazing action and such a fun adventure.
Ernest Cline is such a visionary, and I think has seen the future before any of us possibly could even imagine it.